Always knowing where you're going, but you never get there. Always taking time to do things that you
Welcome.
hate. Always thinking that your time is gonna go be your big break. Although seeing you right now is knocking on the door, but you got blood, you gotta squeeze, you gotta get down, you gotta do it for that, but the little machine, money, money, money. When you're in the streets, you're
That is a band out of Chicago. Welcome, everyone. Chris Mitchell, Jim, Matt Downer, Manoj Roy, all the way from Mumbai, Brandon Trueblood. Who else we got? Sam Mendez, Lamont, Red Pill, Daniel, Rising Strength, JR. Good to see everybody in the house. Sergeant Rocks is the name of that band. They were pretty damn good. I think they would have been like a Motley Crue-ish, but it was the grunge that basically screwed them up. Sergeant Rocks, ROXX. Mysterio back in the house. Good to see you, Mysterio. Been a while. RIXN, hey to you. Jason Reed, John Davies. Yes. JR knows his stuff as well. Sergeant Rocks. Well, I wanted to do something a little different. I think that the cancel culture, masculinity, and what's going on, especially the Joe Rogan controversy. He's been, even when CNN tried to give him a kick in the pants when he defended his right to medicate using ivermectin. And, how he went after, CNN went after him, and then he basically destroyed CNN with his argument. And how they're trying to cancel him and trying to cancel Dave Chappelle because, he made a comment about a specific type of person. And free speech is no longer free anymore because if you say what you think, the whole brigade of the Skittles candy bunch will come after you, guns ablazing, and try to get you canceled everywhere. Who is the band that said the cancel culture is just out of control? It was an ultra liberal guy that said it. It might have been like an Eric Clapton or something. Matt Danner, keep Rogan on the mic. He's, you know what? I like him. In fact, he's not even doing the UFC fight. They basically said he has scheduling conflicts. Yeah, right. Maybe they got a little pressure or something from advertising to get to have him not on it. But whatever. Whatever his politics is, I think it depends. Sometimes he has a conservative and libertarian view. Sometimes, could be a little liberal, but whatever. At least the guy's talking and getting all sorts of people and continuing to talk about different ideas that don't go mainstream. And it's sad what's happening. Lisa Smith in the house, good to see you. Always a pleasure to have Lisa. Rising Strength, 12 at night here in India. What's happening in India? Indian food is some of my favorite food. Saag paneer, butter chicken, pakoras, naan, roti. Okay, what we got? Rod said the I word online. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So that's the deal. And then now masculinity is trying to be canceled. Who tried to cancel masculinity a few years? I won't even mention their name. They're a gigantic brand that makes shavers, shaving cream, all sorts of things. And when they did that, I think the next quarter results were they had lost $8 billion. Woke capitalism is affecting everybody. Polska Bob back. Good. Wrench, if you can, brother, appreciate you. Polska Bob in Chicago, in his truck. Exactly. I think he has to do an apology tour because I think a lot of folks are, who knows? Spotify won't do anything. Netflix didn't cancel Chappelle. And who's the other guy that country singer Morgan Wallen? He had used a couple words in the past, and they tried to cancel him, but his CD went on to win whatever the Country Music Awards is. And his sales went through the roof on iTunes. I'm surprised they didn't pull his stuff. Morgan Wallen, I think that happened, 6-7 months ago? And he won a bunch of awards. But anyhow, whatever you say, look, is your deal. It is what it is. We've got Joe Rogan spreading his idea of conversation with others, bringing on Jordan Peterson's, bringing on Elon Musk, bringing on all sorts of guys, regardless if you don't like him or not. He's at least authentic in a lot of ways. However, this issue of this apology tour, I don't know why he would do that. Who said he doesn't have to apologize? Someone said not to. But anyhow, it is what it is. Libs can catch these paws. Damn right. I dig his brand of politics. I don't care who ostracizes him, says Mr. Matt. I would agree with that. Matt, try Birani Captain. It's an awesome dish. I will check it out. Butter chicken and a side of naan. Yes. I won't even mention their name, but we're done with that crap. Good morning. Enjoying the weekend, cleaning the house with my son, limiting his time with screens. That is a good man, Slam Cave. Robert A. back. Love me some roti and curry chicken. Happy Saturday to you. Robert, hope you're doing well, brother. Jerry C. is back in the house. The law is putting nice people guilty for their own politics, and the crocked people are allowed to do wrong things for their benefit. Manoj Roy. It's happening everywhere. Guys, what I've always said it. What's right is now wrong. What's wrong is now right. And it's the small minority that's crafting the wokeism, the cancel culture. I mean, if you don't do exactly what they say to do, they will come after you. They will come after you. They're coming after content creators. I think they just Dak, One Fast Dak. I think he's in YouTube jail. He probably said something that offended somebody, and we don't have any more freedom of speech. We have filtration of speech. You heard it from RAD first. Filtration. They filter speech, and if it's filtered based on what they don't like, they're going to try and cancel you. Now, there's corporations such as Nike. I grew up in Beaverton, Oregon, where Nike was formed. It actually started in Eugene and moved to Beaverton. And Nike is now full. Several of my friends that worked there, older guys in their 50s, they had let a ton of them go about 3 years ago. It's now filled with the Skittle gang. There are more women Skittles, if you know what I mean, than guys now. And if a guy is there, typically, if he's not a huge VP, he's typically a guy that also bends the other way. Trucker Convoy, we're all about supporting our truckers. Who else we got? Bomer is a trucker. Chris Boyd is a trucker. Polska Bob is a trucker. Support our brother. So if Rogan leaves Spotify, does that mean Neil Young and Joni Mitchell and the gang go back to Spotify? Does anybody even listen to them anymore? Right? Neil Young is a male Karen. That's what he is. And we're going to call all male Karens Neils. And that's what he is. He's a Neil. Do you stream your music, Rad? If so, actually Spotify. I don't. It's funny. I don't have any streaming services. I guess I'm old school. I use my iTunes, and if I have a CD downstairs in my old Ghetto Blaster, I put it in. And I still have my tapes, by the way. Freer than ever in the house with the man actors in the old days back down. Would John Wayne back down? Hell no. In fact, John Wayne would probably be canceled. Think of all of the movies that would be canceled today. Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, Airplane, Police Academy, Cool Hand Luke. I watched Cool Hand Luke. And here's something. Last night, one of my favorite films, Paul Newman, 1967. besides the James Dean films. In Cool Hand Luke, minute 41, Cool Hand Luke is a man going his own way. He actually says in this movie, 55 years ago, about a man going his own way. Those are the exact words he used in that movie, a man going his own way. MGTOW, 1967, minute 41. Nope, they would not back down. Steve McQueen, you think he'd back down? I'm fasting and detoxing at the moment. Good for you, Jer. Did 2 back-to-back 25-hour fast, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday. Had some good food last night, and there I am. Taking a day off. Just came back from an 8-mile walk. Jerron Markel from Brooklyn. Started at 10:30, finished at 12:45. Good for you. I feel fantastic. DHEA is the bomb. I was just reading more about DHEA today, and it is. Continue to take it. In fact, I just ordered a new bottle off Amazon today. One of those days, cancel culture will be squashed, not televised. I love my vices the way I used to love them. Matt Downer. Me too. Me too. Free speech is under attack. If they don't like, they will take it down. Take the examples of simple comments. Most get auto-deleted. It's ridiculous, guys. Back down, 20s here, but it's sunny. You know, when it's 30 degrees in Salt Lake in the sun, it feels like 40, 45. Fool me once. Another trucker here, Rad. Awesome. Love to have truckers in the chat. Good to be back with you live. Fool me once. Tell me where you're at and how long you've been trucking. The people that used to sing about freedom are now singing about bending the knee to the government. Chris Mitchell. You know, it's funny. In the 60s, it was all about free speech. But in the 2020s, it's all about filtration of speech. These same liberals that were hippies and having babies in bathtubs and wearing patchouli and free speech and free love, man. And guess where it's gone now? METOO. You can't look at them, you creep. Filtration of speech. It's nuts. They don't know what they want, Chris. Check out Chris Mitchell's channel. Good stuff. Matt Downer, ghetto blasting like blazing lasers. Oh yeah, I still got my ghetto. I got 2 of them. I still have the one my old Santa Claus gave me when I was 15. I'll have to take a picture of it. It's 37 years old. It's a General Electric. It's got a dual cassette where I could copy everybody's cassettes. We all shared them. But there you go. Brandon Trueblood's got a channel as well. Got to see who else is on here that's got channels. Ted Nugent tells it like it is and doesn't care about being canceled. That's why we love Ted Nugent, freer than ever. Tell me where you're from, too. Neil Young used to sing about freedom. You know, he's so butthurt. The male Karen is so butthurt. Who cares? You know, he's probably said things 40 years ago that should be canceled as well. These guys are all hypocrites. The weak emotional liberals have ruined this world. Yes, they have. Damn right they have. Death penalty is given to a person not based on insight, but for the crime he committed. Croc people are given a go even after intention or very wrong for committing that crime. Gotcha. Try Chalet, Bouter, and Indian food. I've never seen that on a menu. The movie Airplane would be produced in 2022. They wouldn't even be able to wrap their heads around an old white lady speaking jive. That was so funny. Like, I speak jive, right? If you eat, thank a farmer. If it's on your table, thank a trucker. If you eat in peace, thank a better. Damn right. Well said, John. We should actually make a t-shirt or a bumper sticker like that. People do not respect what they have. The generations now that were raised with the internet have no idea. I was just talking last night. We had a black and white TV until I was a junior in high school and didn't even have a VCR or cable television. I remember when we got a VCR, we were like 8 years late. You know, my dad couldn't afford it, but whatever. James Cagney shoving a grateful in Mae Clark's face in public and it would get canceled, even if it was a comedy, Mysterio. Marlon Brando would be canceled. Richard Pryor would be canceled. Paul Newman, Robert Redford. Robert Redford would be fired be canceled because of Jeremiah Johnson, one of my favorite films as well, because there were blackface in it, or an Indian that was played by a white guy. What do they call that? Red face? Agree with Lisa. Patchouli is disgusting. Lots of people wore it in my high school, being from Oregon. I'm going to buy a Canada Convoy t-shirt. That's great, man. In fact, people were donating to GoFundMe and they cut it off. John Anderson in the house. Good to have you, brother. Rising strength. Extreme liberalism is leading society to disaster. Social structure, family structure, and traditional values are all getting dismantled. And you know who loves it? China's already decided. We're effed up if we allow the effeminate men to continue video games and all that crap. They've actually figured it out. I think Russia has too, to an extent. North Korea has. North Korea is in their own island world, but the West is weak. Weak. What do you think of classic rockers selling their catalog, cashing in chips like Motley? Did Motley Crue sell their catalog? I just saw. Was it Bruce Springsteen? Who just sold their catalog? Sting. Those guys are getting old. They want to cash out. I don't know. I think it's lame. But who's buying a Neil Young catalog? Who's buying his stuff anymore? Ted has the tastiest riffs in rock. Motor City Madman. Recently, Redskins legend John Riggins slammed the Commanders for putting out his jersey with team update. He says absolutely he never played for them. He played for the Washington Redskins. I remember that. One of my favorite, John Riggins and Joe Theismann. Hey, Rad, do you think Russian invasion of Ukraine is imminent? Yes. John Davies. It probably might have even happened. It's just not being reported. Unvaxxed in the house, Betamax. Remember Betamax? I do. Betamax versus VHS. What about the laser disc? You guys remember the laser disc? It looked like a record. You guys should check out a fantastic YouTuber. His name is Quiet Earp. He is a fellow trucker. Oh, I'll check that out. Jeremiah Johnson is one of my top Westerns. One of my favorites. I also love Shane, 1953. Shane with Alan Ladd. And who else is in that movie? Jack Palance. Come back, Shane. That's got some red pill in it too. I did not have VCR until mid-'80s, so I had to watch everything in real time. No streaming service. You guys remember that? The guys that are in my age, remember watching Christmas specials? My mom would say, Saturday night, Rudolph's going to be on ABC. And we would get with popcorn and blankets and watch the Christmas special. Man, how times have changed. They're trying to cancel the Give, Send, Go account. I heard that. It's ridiculous. They'll cancel everything. Right? They'll cancel everything. Jeremiah Johnson was a great movie. I agree. Fabian in the house. Good to see you. Hola. North Korea is known for their paranoia. Yes, when I put them in the deal, I just put them in like their own little box. So there's no other place like that hermit kingdom. But China and Russia are definitely sitting back and saying, we need strength is the only way to move forward. I'm at the Flying J in Stockton, headed to Salinas to pick up a load of salad for Generation Soy in Portland. Been trucking for only 4 months. I left 22 years in sales. Good for you, brother. Salinas is the area of California where James Dean's film, East of Eden, his very first one, we're sending lettuce on freight cars out of Salinas. You know what? I think driving a truck for a year would be fun. You just see a different world, don't you? Different world. Good to have you, Fumi. They can't. It's USA based. They have no jurisdiction in the States, says Jim. F. Neil Young, out of touch boomer. He's an idiot. I can't stand his music either. The Michigan Madman is my classic rock anti-hero. We love the Nuge, man. Let him stand up. Why is it if a white person was to say the N-word to a black person, it's racist, but a black, I've always wanted to know that. How can the rappers use it all the time, yet it doesn't make any sense. It's like Biden wanting to put in a black woman into the Supreme Court. Isn't that in itself, discrimination against other qualified people, isn't that what Martin Luther King said? You'll get the job based on merit. If you're a white guy with blue eyes and you're smarter and have more experience, you get the job. If you're a black man that's 5'5" and smarter, you get the job. It's called merit. Agree with that statement, Jerron. CJ in the house. How you doing, brother? Bada bing back. Women are cashing out of a marriage all the time. Why not rockers? Well, makes sense, right, Bada? Remember when you went to the record store to pick up jams and had to wait till you got home to listen? Now you listen to the censorship on YouTube. Bands against Rage Against the Machine are good. Funny thing about Rage is they were all about fight the power, right? Now they're with the power. Hypocrites. I remember going to Tower Records. Remember you could buy the single. This is what, 89? 80, 88, 80. They had the singles on cassette. You could buy the single, say Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. You could buy that and then a B-side track for 99 cents. 310 to Yuma was good too. Loved it. True Grit, absolutely. Hell yeah, Matt. What's the latest book you would recommend to read? Good question. Catcher in the Rye, even though he's an incel. Way of the Peaceful Warrior. Way of the Peaceful Warrior. I like that book. Are ladies going to something to attract high-value man? I can see the society is getting more shameless today. It's all going to be monetized, just as Greg Adams talks about. The only reason VHS won was because of PORN. PORN has created a lot of the streaming technology. They're pretty much innovators to get PORN into the houses. But you're right, Jim. Polska. I remember using those early VCRs to record stuff. I was the only one to do so. I still have a few VCRs or VHS tapes. I believe in traditional values. Those values keep societies in order, but the modern world is canceling. They want what is wrong to be right and what is right to be wrong. It's as simple as that. I'm sub to Quiet Herb. Must check him out. I will check him out. I do like trucker channels. Richard Pryor would be canceled. Who else? I mean, they would have canceled Elvis. You know how he shaked his hips back in the day. Cancel culture started when Bill Maher got tossed out of Politically Incorrect. Yeah. How is that guy not canceled? They were cheaper and tapes were also longer. Yes, they were. Last night, Lionel Richie LP over to my brother's house to play it on his turntable. Can't Slow Down is a great album. Is that the one with Dancing on the Ceiling? Billy the Goat in the house. Check out his channel. Thou shalt not have fun culture. How dare you? How dare you? Rad, I'm a youngster. I need some advice about energy vampires. Every time I forget about a girl from my past, she comes back. When I respond to her text, I feel like weird. Don't respond to them. Radio silence on all this stuff. Whatever doesn't, here, I'm going to give you a quick advice. If it's not pushing you forward, it's pulling you backwards. Simple as that. People, jobs, hobbies, complacency. If it's not pushing you forward, it's pulling you backwards. Jerry C., long live Uncle Ted. That is the channel. 45s were about $1.49 for singles. When I was young, my mom would she bring home 45s on the record player? Yes, John, I watched it. I did an actual video on it. I thought it was very well done. It's exactly what happens in divorce. But I never had to do custody evaluation, so that was good. Rad, you have an amazing memory. What's your secret? I don't know. Good question. I remember some things. There's a crypto token that was called Real Trump. Just because it had the name Trump, they wanted to ban it. It's now called Restore Truth. Oh, geez. Anything with Trump needs, these idiots. We know who won. Matt Downer, I agree with that statement. Freer Than Ever says, Rad, I want to ask if feminism has infiltrated the culture of Mexico. Yes, but not to the extent as it is now. There's still machismo in Mexico, But there's women on Instagram that are taking pictures of themselves in front of people and posting it on Instagram with their fish lips. And guys, Mr. Sammy, if Mr. Sammy's watching, he sent me a message today. He wanted me to warn guys that the foreign countries, there's no hidden place where the unicorns are. You got to be careful. Even in those countries, trust me, they know exactly how to lure and extract resources from foreigners. Good advice, Jim, to CJ. Cameo would be canceled. The lead singer wore that red jockstrap cup. It's so. That was my very first tape I bought. Cameo. Word up. It's a cold word. Dun 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 dun. And then it's great flat top. You're right, Jerron. No contact. Do not talk to them. If I had to get albums, the first 6 albums from Zeppelin would be great for a record. I agree with that statement. Did you listen to your Rival Sons last night? Yes, Dancing on the Ceiling is on that. LPs are the most authentic music ever invented. They definitely sound different. Guys giving good advice to CJ. Billy the Goat, JR, Drum Markel. Would Queen be canceled if Freddie was alive? Freddie was a great gyrator. Nah, because he'd probably be the spokesman for the Skittle Club. And Skittles is definitely attributed to Mr. Greg Adams, Coach Greg Adams. Exact, but I forgot to block her. I had a new phone. Thanks, Rad. Your channel is gold. Just block her. Block the people. Again, if they're not pushing you forward, they're pulling you backwards. They will try to ban any card games that use the term Trump. Are his hotels doing fine? Again, strength lost. Strength lost. Weakness is in. Weakness. Weak men. Emasculated. Effeminated. Men that consider themselves a woman the first part of the day, then a furry in the middle part of the day, then a brony in the afternoon, and then an effeminate man. You can't keep up with these people, right? Homie Brandon's back. Good to see you. Thank you, brother. 5,000. Can you believe it? All I cared about was just helping just a couple people. And if anybody has the inkling, everyone, even women, have stories to tell and experiences to share. We share what helps others move forward in life, not backwards. Those that have gone through the exhaustive, disgusting, debilitating court system, those have gone through difficult relationships, marriages, partnerships, companionships, living situations, young guys that have no idea why the woman ghosted them. We share ways that we can move forward. Now, my young son is dealing with the gal that he likes, and she's pulled away. Now she's coming back. I'm trying to give him red pill advice, saying that's just female nature, and it's worse today. Good having you, homie. Whatever you do, it's going to pull you backwards before it can push you forward. Any new person new to anything will be pulled backwards. Yeah, I agree with that statement. You take 1 step back for 2 steps forward, right? Jerron says, my mother's now complaining about how expensive things are. I told her to shush up, that you voted for. Did she really vote for him? Like the Coach Greg Adams clip says. Female nature is everywhere, all across the globe, varying in expression depending on social and religious structure, but it's everywhere. The hive mind is alive and well, guys. Let's go, Brandon, back. Good evening to you, brother. Glad you were on here. Sigma Rodin back in the house. I'm blocking those broads. Again, if they're not increasing your mental, emotional, physical vibration of doing what you want in life, they're not helping. The cover band I saw last night opened with Rival Sons' Pressure in Time. That's a great song. I like cover bands. Check out if Johnny Cash's cover band comes. They're called Cashed Out. They're amazing. Skittles, love it. Took me when he said that, it was great. All right, thanks, Polska. Do you have? I have not talked to 5 years yet. I mean, we've kind of gone back and forth. We have some ideas that we got to set something up. Check his channel out as well. He's got some great stuff. 5 Years of Freedom. What does he say? Men, women, and simps, listen up. I do talk to women, but I put no expectation on it. I never talk about problems with them because Me Too and cancel culture is the same agenda. Real problems, your brothers will help. Yeah, what's going to happen when everyone, all men are canceled? You know, Coach Greg Adams has an interesting take that relationships in today's world are now monetized, whether it's OnlyFans, seeking arrangements, what have you, Instagram models. Everything is monetized. There is no such thing as real relationships for the most part. 98% of women are not recommended in Rad's world. 1% to 2% are. There are decent women out there. Now, you decide how you move forward in this woke economy, in this woke. I mean, how many people, I just read a report, how many people are still watching professional sports? They're all woke. You know, we do not care about LeBron James's political stance. We do not care about him. He's a black guy that lives in a white neighborhood in Calabasas, California, gated. Yet he thinks he's part of the comunità. No, that is hypocrisy. We do not care about your politics. We care about you putting the ball in the basket. We do not care about Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. We care about him throwing the football. But now everything is infiltrated with wokeness, with cancel culture, with the Joe Rogans, the Dave Chappelles. Slam Cave, you decide how you fly your plane, where you fly your plane, how you fly your plane, and with who you fly your plane. I'm going to check out Quiet Herb after this. What's my favorite candy bar at the moment? Dang. Oh, man, I go in sometimes it's a Mars bar. Snickers right now. Back to Snickers. Number one candy bar in the world is Snickers. Ran into a candy salesman on a plane. Top 5 candy bars. Name them. Snickers number 1. Always has been. Number 2 is M&M's. Peanut M&M's. Number 3 was Reese's Pieces. Number 4, I think, was Three Musketeers. And number 5 was Twix. No, Hershey bar. Let's Go Brandon says, all COVID restriction lifting in the UK. They're saying that here as well. Stay unpoked, brothers and sisters, because guess what? It ain't going to matter. Let's Go Brandon. All the people that suckered into that, or the people that were forced to get that, if you had to for work, and there's people that watch this channel that had to feed their families. That is an unfortunate situation. The people that jumped up and wanted to be a willing guinea pig, idiots. Unfortunately, my mother did. She's a typical black Democrat. I'm the sheep in my family. I'm the only one that's awake, so go imagine. Yeah, women tend to, a lot of women tend to go liberal. It's a victim mentality. OnlyFans is a disaster, simp playground, nothing from online pros. OnlyFans gets these simps attention and validation when, if they give them money and the model will, oh, thank you, honey, baby. Kit Kat. I love Kit Kat too. Remember, guys, she's never yours. It's just your turn. Mr. Goodbar. Mr. Goodbar, I don't think even made the top 10. Twix. Yeah, it depends. Sometimes I'm on a Twix kick too. I don't try to eat candy bars maybe once every 3 weeks. But it is what it is. John Mellencamp is a great red pill artist. His songs are about common, hardworking, masculine American men and women. I think John, remember when he was John Cougar Mellencamp, fool me? He's got some good stuff. Jack and Diane and Little Pink Houses. Hershey milk chocolate with almonds, my brother. Like Laura Ingraham said to LeBron James, shut up and dribble. Why do people care about his opinion on anything else besides hoops? I don't give a damn. I went to a showroom filled with female salesperson. They tried to sell me chain at double the price. I said no to them and got out. Good for you, brother. Cleveland Indians to Guardians, Redskins to the Commanders, pro sports. It's a joke. It's a joke. In the next 5 years, we're going to see some huge issues. What is apple pie cake? No idea. I've determined Skittles are unicorn scat. Taste the rainbow, plus they rot your teeth and ruin your breath. I don't think you're wrong, Jim. Do you think mainstream media like CNN and Fox News will give MGTOW and Red Pill a voice? No. No, I think the media is still run by extreme liberals, even Fox. It is very tasty. I'll have to check it out. Great bogey movies, The Maltese Falcon. Ooh, going back to, I'm looking at you, kid. Or is that Casablanca? Maltese Falcon was Humphrey Bogart, right? The Big Sleep, Key Largo, Dead Reckoning. There you go. Check out this link from the UK government medical board that's been listed as false information. Again, what's right is wrong and wrong is right, right? Cadbury cream eggs, M&M's, Kit Kat. There you go. Don't buy Kit Kat in Europe. Glass pieces in them. The best chocolate I've had, when my sister lived in New Zealand, she came back with this amazing chocolate called, what the name is it? Starts with a C, Cadbury. Oh my gosh, that chocolate from there is the best. I think every country has its own version of chocolate or something. I could hit a score bar now and again. You guys are nuts. Snickers, Butterfinger, a close second. Payday! Giving Payday a shout out. Remember when Paydays went chocolate for a while? Life goes on. That's right. John Bonham is my number one rock drummer of all time. What did he say? Robert Plant said he could not, he loved John Bonham's kid, Jason Bonham, when they came on the reunion tour, but they would not go on as a band because Bonzo was one and only. And Jason, even though he had his genetics and part mentality, he was just not Bonzo. So I would agree with that statement, Mysterio. Both my parents are poked, and they looked at me like the black sheep when I told them I voted for Trump in 2020. Good for you, brother. The wokeness. Small Town. Great song. Maltese Falcon is a legit film. Citizen Kane, another favorite. Streetcar Named Desire, Marlon Brando, 1947. A couple of Charlie Chaplin films were great. You know, the silent film era. I was a film major back in high school and college. And then video came out and that film's over. But talk about Twix. Oh, you know, remember, even the little mini Twix you get for Halloween. Cessor says, on my hike today, there was a dude carrying his girl's backpack, and I heard her say, keep acting that way and you'll never see me naked again. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. I'd like to hear that story. Sad thing, my pops is a retired trucker who is super blue. You know, I'm going to say this again, and I'm not, no disrespect to parents. Weak people vote liberal, and strong do not. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. People that believe in themselves and want to improve their lives by not using a victim status are conservative people, or libertarian, same thing in a lot of ways. I'm more libertarian than anything. Swiss chocolate is the bomb. German chocolate ranks up pretty high, says Lisa. Yeah. Yeah. Belgium. How about Belgium? There are no Mr. Big in the U.S. I love Mr. Bigs. Not a big fan of the Aero Bar, but I do like Coffee Crisp. We got a shout out to Canadian Candy. I'll bet your ex is kicking herself in the ass for dumping. Who knows? Wish her well. You know, wish everybody well. And she was my greatest teacher in the end. Learned a lot. Learned a lot about myself. Learned a lot about what I didn't have, what I wanted to have. Learned a lot about female nature. Learned a lot about courts. Learned a lot about being a better father, being divorced. Lots of things. Ghirardelli chocolate down in the Skittle zone of San Francisco. I have friends who come frequently on USA versus Talk Show. It is so easy to get fame in the USA. It's probably easier than in India, right? Would you say? Is that a candy? The Mr. Big is a candy. Okie Drummer back, and Okie Drummer's got a channel as well. Good to see you, compadre. Forgot about Payday. I used to eat those a lot. People would always ask, you get paid every day. Where do you work? Oh my gosh, Charleston Chew. Now we're going old school. What about Big Hunk, John Anderson? I do like Charleston Chewies. Eraserhead. not catching you, Matt, on the Eraserhead. Is that a candy? What do you think about Florida Georgia Line songs, Rad? I don't know much about Florida Georgia Line. Are they pretty conservative? Yeah, there's a lot of country singers that are complete liberals too. Weak sheep vote libs. F y'all feelings, says Jerron Markell. Legend from Brooklyn. Keep on rocking in a free world. Shut up, Neil. Absolutely. He's a hypocrite. And then he's a capitalist. He sold his money. He sold his catalog to who? RCA or somebody? What an idiot. I mean, the guy is an ultra hypocrite. But he did make a cool car. I think he made a Lincoln Continental Electric. But he's an idiot, you know. Keep on rocking in a free world, selling it, being a capitalist. He did everything that Trump would have done. Made some money. Lindt and Ghirardelli are best chocolates I can find in the States. I would say Lindt is my favorite of those two. My ex-wife continues to cultivate more mass as her new man is morbidly obese. She secured her financial future by having a child with both of us. You will come out ahead, my friend. Go Shura in the house. Sorry, no coconut for me. I'm in jail again. Okie Drummer is back in jail. So is Dak. Good afternoon, everyone, to Fernando. Obrigado for being here. Bolero was a candy in Venezuela. It was a little malted candy, boleros. What are some of your favorite places in the U.S. you like to visit? San Diego, Boston, and Nashville. I don't think it's possible to go from 20 to 90 with one opposite sex. Not today. I would agree. Like a person, but don't get romantic. The like will last a lot longer. 2 + 2. Gotcha. My dad taught me nothing about female nature. I learned more about emotional up and down from my mother. Divorce opened my eyes, ending the fantasy. Well, I think everybody learns in the end. Right? You know, it's either from personal experience, seeing your parents go through it, or you've gone through it. But you're right, Slam. Belgium chocolate better with syrupy Belgium waffles. Agreed. Chilled York for candy. The York peppermint patties. For 300 Trebek. Been listening to some country music. Florida Georgia Line. The song Countryside is kind of cool. Don't know if they lean on conservative. Yeah, you never know. A lot of them are libs. PSA, not chilling, but I went balls deep on Litecoin. It's at 125. I'll sell some at 500. Good for you. Hey, increase your net worth. You know, distribute your money amongst different assets. Crypto, physical commodities, gold. You buy 2 cases of vodka. Someday that's going to be worth something. Eraserhead is a movie. That's right. I seen it. Playing guitar, watching the stream on a Saturday. Today is a good day. I didn't have to use my AK. RW in the house. Good to have you. Glad you're playing your guitar. Going your own way. Look at what Jim Crow Joe is doing. You ain't black unless you smoke crack. That's what Reagan did. Put crack back in the black community. Drugs. Did you guys watch Ozark yet? Watch the latest season about what the government, they want to keep the drugs on the streets, right? Have you ever had a cherry mash? They made it in St. Joseph. I have not, but that does sound intriguing. I don't listen to artists or athletes about politics. My grandpa's peanut brittle. Ooh, fan of the peanut brittle as well, Brandon. Love me some peanut brittle. If I were a musician, I'll keep all my music catalogs to myself. A pox on capitalism. They're doing all these woke liberal, they're all selling their catalog for money. That's capitalism. Do you think they're giving their money to the Comunità or, the homeless area or the Skittle agenda? Maybe a very little. No, they're buying mansions and yachts and supercars. They're hypocrites. There is a town in southern Missouri named Uranus. They have a fudge factory. Oh my gosh. The best fudge comes from Uranus. Oh my, you got to take a picture of that and send it to me. All my friendships are my long-term now and crush all my romantic. Yeah. on my romantic relationship. Well, good for you, brother. Good for you. Old school country, some good listening, none of this new trash. Yeah, like Dwight Yoakam, George Strait, Carl Perkins. Well, he was more rockabilly back in the day. Gene Autry. Define love versus like. Love is a chemical which dissipates. It's like a battery that loses its charge. Like continues to maintain without emotionally attachment. I would choose that now. I already chose the love version 25 years ago. Didn't work. But most of those songs were kind of blue pill. That tells quite a bit. I would agree. See you later, Manage. On actors and politics, why would you listen to someone who's a professional pretender? Exactly. Hypocrites again. Yeah, you can't hold the discipline line, so she's allowed to get worse. Women only do what you allow. They only, until you decide you don't want to deal with it anymore. Ozark is the Jason Bateman. Great show. Will you check out the Jack Reacher series? I like Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise. Peppermint patties are like hockey pucks. There you go. They're delicious and they're so refreshing. If you were forced, would you pick, and what would you pick and why? The poke or a mask? I'd pick the mask. Absolutely. I would pick the mask. No way I'm getting that. They share an addiction. You're powerless over their addiction. Exactly. You can't do anything. Guys, there's no way to fix female nature. It is what it is. We understand it. We move forward. Audio messages on Hinge are hilarious. 28-year-old who can't get men to stay more than a few weeks extrapolates out to 130 possible partners. Go get on the dating apps. See, that's the current world we're in. The women on dating apps are still single 5 years later, 6 years later. Go look on, again, I agree with Coach Greg Adams. It's monetization now. And women would rather share one millionaire with 10 other women than your normal guy. Women have gamified marriage. The object of the game is to find the highest cash out option. True words spoken there, freer than ever. I heard of a guy with cancer in remission, but decided he wanted to end it. He knew sugar made cancer grow. He ate a whole box of peanut brittle and died a couple weeks later. Damn. Wonder why he wanted, even if it was in remission, I wonder why he checked out. Female nature has no heart. It's just what it is. We can't get mad at females. We just have to understand that they run differently. It's a completely different operating system. Now, Okie drummer, you're in a better place. James is back. All politicians suck. Liberals may be worse, but Reagan gave us no fault. Yes, he did. He actually said that was the worst thing he ever did. Republicans also raised retirement age. You know what happens, and I would agree with that statement? Republicans sign the front check, the Democrats endorse the back of the check. They're all buddies at the end of the day. It's all just a big scam. Listening to death trash and metal for 25 years back, I give nothing to Neil Young. You know who's a great red pill band? Metallica. And they talk about war, depression, self-deletion, all sorts of stuff. James Hetfield, ugliest dude in metal, right? Did you guys know that Metallica is worth $1 billion as a band? $400 million for James and Lars, $250 for the bassist, and then $25 million for Trujillo. Trujillo's the bassist. Because he came later. He was the bassist for Suicidal Tendencies. I wanted to be an actor, but then I woke and realized my purpose is to wake up the sleeping sheep and work on being closer with God. Yeah, I know you did acting stuff. They are not self-sustaining. They are self-defeating. Billy the Goat. Thomas Parker back in the house. Women want a marriage. They don't want to be wives. They want to be a bride. Removing yourself and your money labor from the Western world is the only way to change things. I agree with that statement, which parlays into a man going his own way. Life is excellent. Yes, you absolutely. Whatever you guys have been through, you can get through. Same here in India as well. You know, India, it's funny, I read an article about India and the women there. I mean, it's not any different. I would have thought it would be different based on the Indian culture, but I was wrong. I love life now. Good for you. That is a huge step, going through what you did and now loving life. I think that Red Pill is basically a secret club that should remain a secret. I would agree with that, Sen. Thanks, Jim. Pantera, another Red Pill band. Like Chris Rock said, you can either love them or understand them. You can't do both. Well said, Robert. When you disengage from them, you don't need them to change. Yeah, absolutely. You just understand it. This is the problem men have. Rising Strength, you've been listening to Jordan Peterson, I think. He got some good stuff as well. Yes. Remember, guys' minds are compartmentalized like waffles. Women's are like a pile of spaghetti. This is why men are more logical. That's why we say spaghetti brain to the 98%. Red Pill is growing in awareness day by day. I would agree. Ron McCovney, Cliff Burton, Jason Newsted, or Robert Trujillo. Ooh, I'm going to go with Trujillo because I like suicidal tendencies. Chris Mitchell. So true, Billy, but we can't move the world forward without being united. I would agree. Video for the one sold me on Metallica. Da-na-na-na. That's a great song. Yeah, it's all about war. Laws in Hindustan are absolutely corrupt. They have their own MRAs. I love that one, the suicidal song, Institutionalized. I like Your Mommy's Dead. I'm not crazy. You're the one that's crazy. You're driving me crazy. You put me in your schools, in your churches. I'm not crazy. Institutionalized. So here's the deal. A lot of folks are mad at women. We don't get mad at women. A red pill man does not allow a woman to manipulate his thoughts any longer. That is blue pill thinking. You can have red pill rage, but you have to get through it. You have to understand that we cannot change the hive mind. We cannot change or force or make someone like us or validate us or love us. That is blue pill thinking. Blue pill people are emotionally attached to their feminine. A red pill man understands it and moves on. If there is a rain cloud dropping buckets of rain, do you yell at the rain cloud? No, you go in from the rain cloud and go inside, or you take an umbrella and accept it. But you don't yell at it. Didn't do anything. You can't change it. It came, it went, you understood. Alice in Chains, I love me some Jerry Cantrell and Lane Staley. In fact, the new guy, the black guy, is good too. Their new singer. Do you remember Smash Mouth? Hey now, I'm a rock star. That one? Red Pill is growing because of people like Rad. Can't thank enough. Thank you guys for being here. Well, we share our experiences, you know. People have built channels off watching streams by content creators because they have something to talk about. Jerron Markel could make a channel. I have to respectfully disagree with you, Rad, using female nature as an excuse for what they do. 90% of the female knows exactly what they are doing to hurt men and gain benefit. Yeah, and then there's a piece to that, sure. But when you know that, when you know that they're going to hurt men and gain advantage, then you know not to emotionally, physically, or mentally attach to them. Now, you know, people ask me all the time. They'll email me, text me, call me, comment on my channel about what do I do? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. Accept it. Don't let a female get you emotional. And I think that's the key. If, again, I'll continue to use she's not mine, she's just my turn. Okay, she could leave any second. She could change her mind at any second. If you can understand and grasp that mentality, then you're going to be fine. You got to You got to weigh the risks and the rewards. You got to make sure you're okay and you're safe. You're not getting into trouble. You're not going to be, what's the word? Accused later. But when you understand that you can move forward in life by not needing validation, by not trying to win, by not trying to change female nature, you can move forward. But hey, it's all good, right? And I don't condone the abuse and exploitation of any child, so to the end that we need to destroy the enemy of our people. "5 Years of Freedom" back in the house. Hey, Wes, good to see you. Check out 5 Years of Freedom's channel. Men, women, and simps, listen up. It's my favorite. "Any man who is angry, he has the nature of his mother." Correct. Understanding their nature is really important, as in society, both male and female exist. Understanding their nature helps to go about everyday interactions with women in the workplace and elsewhere. Women are always going to be around, guys. It's how you accept the fact that they are who they are. They can change at any moment. They can say they like you. Never believe their words, only their actions. But even their actions can change based on a bigger and better opportunity. Why do professional athletes jump to a better team? Because they have a better opportunity to win and make more money. It's the same thing. Do we hate athletes that do that? Maybe if they're greedy. I mean, people got pissed off when Kevin Durant left or LeBron left or what have you, but it is what it is. They're going for a bigger and better option. Why do people switch jobs? Typically for a bigger and better opportunity. Why do women change out men? For a better and bigger opportunity where they can get more resources. I think you should make YouTube someday when you're ready. My older brother, who passed away, had suicidal tendencies tattooed on him. He was a big thrash fan. Well, condolences to you, JR, and I'm glad that he loved suicidal tendencies. Mike Muir, love that guy. It's not an excuse, it's just an understanding. Abuser must abuse, a manipulator must manipulate by definition. Don't you guys have a better understanding of how women operate mentally, emotionally, physically, financially now, having gone through what you've gone through? Those that understand this but go back to the plantation, something's wrong. They have an internal void, a loneliness that they need a woman to give to them, but they know, having gone through what they've gone through and discovered parts of the red pill, that they know it's futile. It's not going to work. But the internal validation is so important that they'll do everything to try to fix it and change it. They need, or the external validation from a woman. All they need is internal. This is very difficult for men because men believe that they need validation from others. We don't. You think John Wayne needed validation from others? Nope. We got to do a 5-year collab. That would be fun. Acceptance of female nature allows us to move on. It helps us to let the anger and frustration go. Absolutely, Billy. You have to accept it. You cannot move forward if you cannot accept it. Whatever it is. Could be a diagnosis from your doctor. Could be the fact that you got laid off. Could be the fact that you're now priced out of the market because you're too old. You have to accept where you're at so you can move forward. It's as simple as that. Belief is another thing. Hating them is an emotional decision that is not logical and does not make sense. Well said. You can't hate either. I mean, I hate feminism, but, it is what it is. But do I let it control my life? No. I've noticed since my divorce, quite a few young women, 18 to 21, have been giving me choosing signals. I love being a man in his 40s. It's so much easier to attract females now. You're seeing it, yeah? Even in the UK. Have you heard Slash's new album yet? Bits and pieces. Check out Strong Successful Male channel. He's got some great stories. Yeah, I subscribe to him. Ed Hutch in the house. Bros before hoes. Hope you're doing well, Ed. Better accepting and going about life. No hate, no love. Damn right. What's up, Brad? Pooping while standing. You watch this complicated channel? Brilliant stuff. I have not. I'll check it out. Lucas Hong from Singapore in the house. Good to have you, brother. I slowly became totally indifferent to validation. I'm a guy. That's enough. A guy that's lonely hasn't learned to internally validate himself yet. It's as simple as that. And you can do that. We all had to go through it. Men are really most vulnerable in their 20s. Time is against them as they can't see how things really are, especially the young men today that are in their 20s. I feel for them. That's a very different world from where I grew up. I believe that the generation I grew up, Generation X, was a lot stronger. But we also effed up because a lot of us questioned authority, which led to liberalism, which led to parents now being parents to this generation that represents themselves or identifies as furries or Skittles or what have you. We kind of effed it up, my generation, from the social culture and that stuff. And the boys today, they're competing. They want to date women that won't date them because now they're interested in sugar daddies and OnlyFans, and they're getting taught on, go on YouTube. Check this out. Go on YouTube and search how to be a sugar mama or a sugar baby. And there's going to be tons of women talking about what they do. It's all prostitution, but they talk about it like it's not. It's the same idea that when gals drink wine is not alcohol, it's wine, right? Sugar dadding is not really prostitution, it's sugar dadding. They kind of make it seem different. No Effects got a song, Bros Before Hoes. Yeah, I mean, it's true. What should young men do with our life if marriage is not encouraged? Lucas, build your empire. Become the best version of yourself. Learn hobbies, travel, learn languages, learn an instrument, write a book. People watch, learn history. There's lots of things you can do. This is Carl. I was worried about getting banned on YouTube due to commenting, holding a woman accountable. All right, Carl, gotcha. I'll remember you. Hate is like holding burning coals in your bare hands. It harms you more than anyone else. I would agree. It's hard though. Sometimes, right? Guys that really upset, they hate their ex, they hate their partner, what they did to them. They just have to accept it. Learn from it. And if you look back, it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. Best thing that ever happened to me was getting the divorce petition handed to me in my kitchen. At the time, it sucked, but I learned from it, and I have a great life now. Oh, amazing. Traveling, being able to choose who I spend my time with, where I go, how I earn my money, where I spend my money, what I put in my belly, what I want to learn now. I don't have to deal with someone that's dragging me down or doesn't want to do it. Generation X parents, some of them want to be buddies with their kids, just like mine. Yep. Women want to be buddies with their kids, especially women who have daughters. Women are politicians taking bribes from simps for the promise of pussy. Pussy! That's all they are. Well said. Well said. 5 years of freedom. They are. They're politicians saying whatever you want for resources in the end. For a promise. And that promise will probably never, ever materialize. Everybody is the same. They think the same, speak the same, look the same. It is 57 degrees and people are outside with heavy coats and scarves. Man, it's, what was it? 43 yesterday with the sun. It felt like it's 60. When it's 30 degrees here in the sun, it feels like it's 45. Never set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Ooh, well said, Lisa. Well said. Hey, Rad, what are your thoughts on Ron Perlman's divorce? He went for a younger, and he's paying the gal off to go with the younger one, Benjamin. Didn't he get remarried? Or he's living with someone? Still made another stupid decision. Again, needs external validation. And I think he's, 70 years old now? Men die young and females don't care. I would agree. Guys, never, ever, it's fun. It's not funny, but those that go and self-delete because they got divorced or what have you, and they want to hurt the woman, it doesn't hurt them. They've already moved on. A woman that's divorced you or broken up with you has already moved on. But there are guys that think that they will haunt that woman for the rest of their life with what they did to themselves. No. Greetings and salutations, the MGTOW Cowboy. Check out MGTOW Cowboy's channel. Everything in life is out of our control. It's all genetic destiny. The universe have planned everything already. Patriots, getting very metaphysical here. There are parts of that statement that I completely agree with. If you believe in your expanded self, we might be in a potential simulation. Get into Neil deGrasse stuff or the theory, the big toe theory, which is, what's the big theory? Big toe theory. Theory of everything. Guy by the name of Thomas. He's a doctor, does YouTube stuff, but it's called Big Toe. Theory of everything. Dr. Thomas somebody. When was the last time marriage was good for both men and women? I would say almost a century ago. I'm a Generation X parent, Brandon Trueblood. I was strict, but my ex and my parents are not strict, so the kids learn they just go around me. I'm going to go ahead and agree with that statement. That's exactly what happened to me. I wanted routine and structure and discipline, not like beating them up, slapping them, and making sure they're in bed by 9:30 like a military man. Just accountability. That didn't work. The science didn't change. The life stopped working. The midterms got close. There you go. It's below freezing here. I was bundled up, but no scarf, just pants and coat and thin gloves. Made it to the bank just on time. Yeah. Dang, guys. I'm ready for spring and summer. In my late teens, I was blue-pilled, made bad decisions based on stupid fantasy. You're not alone, my brother. Red pill saves lives. Indeed. You are absolutely right. My feet got cold, but it's because my feet sweat all the time. Now, it saves a lot of lives. Rising strength. It's not that science didn't change. It's that gaslighting became so obvious, says Thomas Parker. Yeah. Transparency is now, women are so transparent. They'll have affairs. They don't hide it anymore. They're not private anymore. Crazy stuff. Then I took a shower to feel great. Jim McIntosh. At a party I was at in September, one of the couples were hanging with me in their early 20s, kid, and felt weird having them hang out, smoking cigars. You know what? I know a gal who hangs out with her daughter all the time and her husband. It's like, that's weird. They're 23. You're 53. Quit hanging out with your daughter and her husband, like every weekend. Perlman was married for 38 years. Ex-wife got house, profits from forced sale to another 12 and a half a month, and half of the joint bank account. Yes. I thought he was an idiot. He's supposed to be a badass, but man, he got his ass whipped. Success is like being pregnant. Everyone says congrats, but nobody knows how many times you were having. Well said, brother. If you are divorced, it went right because the universe planned it that way. We have no control over things. Even we think we have, it's all brain function that we have no control. And you know what? There's a lot of truth to that. Robert Scheinfeld wrote a book called Busting Loose from the Money Game. Don't get sidetracked by the word money game. Read it. It's got a lot of metaphysical thoughts like that. Robert Scheinfeld, Busting Loose, and I've got it on my computer. So if you want it, send me an email. rebelagainstdefeat@gmail.com. Patriot 1. Carl says, the Matrix, I know the steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling me, my brain, that it's juicy and delicious. I would agree with that. Remember the spoon part? How did you bend the spoon? There is no spoon. That little kid? They thought I was the oracle. After 9 years, you know what I realized? Ignorance is bliss. Gen Xers are self-taught. It's great things about being a Gen Xer. It's painful for me to masquerade the blue pill simp mangina when I sell homes to high-level simps, husbands, and I have to encourage them to sign their life away. You know what? They choose to buy a house and be a simp. It's simple as that. Simping ain't easy, but you're making some dough. You got to bite your tongue. But you know what? You're getting a lesson and more a research into the blue pill world that you're seeing now from the last, what is it, 3 years ago that you woke up? You're seeing now from an outside the box perspective, a vision that you never saw, 3 years ago. And it makes so much sense, right? And my free will is only about 20%, 40% genes, 40% nurture as best as I agree. You know what? I have a hard time believing in free will. I think there's predestined destiny. Did you guys ever see The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon? I think that discusses free will pretty well. There's a colleague of mine, one of my relatives, that colleague's daughter is getting married. She is close to the wall, maybe trying to lock down a beta after spending her, no surprise, rising strength. I must subconsciously be red pill, never went along with women's whims for the most part in my life. Being single has been a blessing, even though I crave the physical from women. Well, all men crave physical, right? But it is a blessing. Ask Timmy Kramer, the forever bachelor, age 56, never got married. He's seen all of his friends go through 3, 4, 5 marriages. Bitter, penniless, angry, old, beaten down. Howard Dare is back. He was on Dak's channel, I think. Any more women think they're entitled to an affair even though they're not likely even capable of a monogamous relationship in the first place. Monogamy is over, guys. And thank the hive mind, feminism, and technology and the government. Now learn to play in that world if you want to play in it. Understanding monogamy is dead. Understanding that women have multiple options. I can't be a mule workhorse for the average woman now at age 50. And you don't want to. I have freedom of choice. I refuse to believe we're all just actors is some cosmic sitcom. There's a lot of thought to that theory. And I don't know. I dabbled in it a long time. I think there's predestined things based on certain deals and that we don't have control over. I think we have control over certain things, but I think that we're here to learn something. And I don't know. It's a rabbit hole discussion that we can get in, Mr. Brandon. But I appreciate the comment. Bible said it's not good for man to be without a woman. Bible also said men or women cleave unto their men as men cleave unto the Lord. And how did that turn out for the Christian gal that you guys were married? Most do drugs with chads until the wall arrives. And chads are beta simps. They're just, they have a different costume on. And they act. But in the end, they're probably raised by single mommies. The Adjustment Bureau is a great movie. 5 Years of Freedom did something on the Chiron he calls. I think it's a great movie. 5 marriages that more costly than 5 drunk driving tickets. Yep. And I knew a guy, he just got out of his 4th marriage and he still believes in it. Yeah, I've had Howard. Yeah, that's right. Chris Mitchell had Howard there. That's right. I saw that. The Pope said getting the poke is an act of love. He's an idiot too. Sorry to any Catholics, but anyone, any religious guy getting into politics, again, stick to the religion. Learning is what we are here for. I agree. Brand Trueblood, it is a rabbit hole. There's so many different ways. I was into that about 10 years ago. The string theories, multiverse, consciousness, super consciousness, subconscious, quantum physics, all sorts of things. But yeah, we should have a discussion on that. Ecclesiastes, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. A lot of red pill stuff in the Bible. Women only want the good things that Bible tells, but not the responsibilities. I will say this. In the end, these woke people, the cancel culture, the people standing up that are getting beaten down and trying to cancel, the Dave Chappelles, the Joe Rogans, the Donald Trumps, they want to destroy the strong and put the weak in charge, what they basically have in the West. The guy running our Department of Transportation is trying to negotiate with truckers, and he and his husband just had a baby. Again, the Department of Health has a Skittles. Mental illness is running the West. Mental illness is weakness. Strong men need to apply. Strong men need to remove themselves from the woke world by not participating in events, opportunities that continue the narrative. Strong men are now being discussed in schools as toxic masculinity, in religions as toxic masculinity, in brands of things that we buy. We need strength again. Will it happen? Who knows? You said in the past that Bigfoot slips into different dimensions. That's why he can't be caught on film. I agree. I believe that it exists. I believe that it just can escape through jumping through literally multi-worlds, dimensions. But good luck finding a church who calls women out on accountability or what the Bible says about how they should treat their husband. Because the pastor is smashing his congregation. Matt from Alpha Male shares some good red pill stuff. Listening to him these days, yeah, he's got some good stuff. He's also in the PUA, right? Teaching kids how to date. I think he's old. These women all have multiple options. They know the game. The Pope is an evil commie. The Catholic Church holds so much wealth they could try to end poverty. Yes, I think someone did a study on their riches, and it's in the trillions. Alpha Male Secrets. Yep, Matt from Alpha Male 33. The Bible warns men about female, but not the other way around. Red pill indeed. Red pill for 300, Trebek. It's your real life job, easy or hard or in the middle? Nah, it's not bad. I manage. 75% of young women in mental health needs. It's a lot better, Mysterio, because I don't have to deal with a wife and all of those expenses. Patriot, 75% of young women in mental health meds. Oh, if not more. Churches have become therapists with a religious bent that cater primarily to a woman's interest, not God or family or society. Huh? It's very pro-feminine. That men need to change and be better is what the narrative comes out of Christianity or churches. Boot Edge and his beta man wife adopted twins. Come on, man. What does the Bible say the most? Fear not. Yeah. A lot of hypocrisy in life. The meek will inherit the earth is not necessarily a good thing. What do you think? Pedro Valentin in the house. Good to see you. I agree with that statement. The meek to me depends on how it's phrased, right? In Spanish, the word is mansedumbre. And I have a hard time with the word meek. To me, it seems like a weak person, or a person that just doesn't get involved, like doesn't want conflict. The church is ranked with feminazis. There are no men attending church. I think men are just deciding it's not right anymore. The men are there's a war waged on men right now in all areas of life. They're getting shit canned out of corporations because now they're putting Skittles in all the big corporate jobs. They're being passed over for people that change their genders. They're being labeled with the brands that we buy, that we are toxic. It's a total shit show. Feminism is the only reason why female happiness is decreasing. Well said. They are on chemicals. Yeah. They were lied to that they could do it all. You can't do it all. Well, girl, you can be a career woman. You can have kids. You can be married. You can live your life. No, you can't. That's why most of women today who don't get married, who don't have kids, who continue their career are miserable. I've seen them. I work with them. Miserable women in their 50s, corporate jobs, no marriage, no kids, no life. And they go home and literally drink boxed wine and deal with cats. I know tons of them. Almost Famous versus Dazed and Confused. Dazed and Confused for me. People still go to churches, Polska? I don't know. Can it be said the same for individualists? Potentially. In my opinion, men going their own way will make the world a better place. I hope so. I hope so. We're all on chemicals. Right? You know what? That's a good point, Jim. We're drinking caffeine, soda pop, sodium, preservatives. Yeah. We take, I got to take Benadryl every now and again for sleep, so I guess I'm on chemicals. I got too much noise in my head at night. By the time we're elderly, will marriage be obsolete? I don't think it's going in the right direction, Mysterio. Feminism brainwashing kids? Yes, it is. Here in Finland, the prime minister is female, and like 5 out of 7 other ministers are female as well. Good to have our Finnish brother. Females rule the world. Well, in Germany, they do too, right? We saw what happened to Rome. All the birth control meds and head meds in the water supply. Yes, that's a very good point. Water supply has all that shit. Watching while getting ready for work. Good to have you, Eddie. Have a great weekend. Don't forget to get yourself a Steak Monday, International Men's Day. Globalism or nationalism? Nationalism. Do you have young boys in your house? Is that why you're accepting the red pill? She's got 2 boys. How bad would things have been if Hitler was a female? I don't think it would have got to that point. Women these days won't get married because they got brainwashed, says Israel Cruz. Good to have you, Israel. Yes, you're right. The hive mind. Soy material is the ultimate poison chemical for men. Say no to soy. Yes. Well said, brother. Speaking of brainwashing kids, when I walk now, I see more little children wearing masks. The programming is huge. That is what woke culture and cancel culture is doing, trying to program against strength. Strong men, strong boundaries, routine, structure, discipline. That is what they're trying to do. Remove strength from life. This has been a great stream, you guys. I'm off to the skate park, I think, and have a great Saturday. We'll catch you next. Rebel against defeat. Remember, strength will always win in the end, even if the political shit show shows you differently. Be strong, stay strong mentally, emotionally, financially, physically. Understand there's nothing you can do to change female nature. Accept it and move forward. And before that, shout out to CJ, everybody in the chat. Check out CJ's channel, and I'm going to check out Quiet Herbs as well. I'm out.